Hey guys, Sam here, and yeah, for the time being, this is just gonna be a Sam talk. I'm working on a new review. I'll try to get it out as soon as I can, but for the time being, this is the video that you'll have for today. So, what's it on? Well, it's a combination of what I think of my adventures with Superman and just a little lesson I need to give to certain people that have already tried to make up their minds on the show, okay? So, what are my thoughts on the show so far? I like it. It's not perfect, obviously. It does have a couple of issues here and there, but for possibly, I think it's probably maybe like the first real Superman animated show to just star Superman and his, cast of characters along with his villains. I think so. Probably like, maybe something we haven't seen since the 90s cartoon. And I know that some people will have their comparisons. It's like, oh, the 90s version was better. Oh, this new one is better. Or both of them, I like them equally. And you know what? I'm basically in that third camp. I respect them both in their own ways. Because, they have different kind of animation, different kinds of designs, different ways of doing their stories. Where, like, for example, like the 90s version already has Lois Lane established as a, reputable reporter. She's already, been big. She's one of the biggest names at the Daily Planet. But in the new version, not only is it a younger version, but she's still stuck in the same internship that she was in when she first arrived. I mean, if you actually want to know how long her internship is, well, when I did mine, it was less than 2 months. For her, it was a year. No, actually, it's a year and still counting. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, she wants to make a break for it. Like, she wants to try and get a big story that can really help Metropolis. Like, she wants to get the truth. And the thing is about her character, since a lot of people seem to be bashing her because of a couple of different episodes, especially with how she tries to, understand, Clark and Superman alter ego. I'm trying not to spoil, the episodes for you if you guys haven't seen them. But basically, a lot of the stuff that you would probably recognize from the other Superman stuff, that kind of does happen here. But just like with the Owl House, they kind of don't meander around it. I mean, it would be so easy to do these kinds of cliches, for episode after episode after episode, but they manage to have it there for as long as they can, and when they do address them, it's not really in some kind of, very arrogant way. It's like, we're smarter than that. No, it's just probably a much more realistic take on what would it be like if Superman was in this kind of time period, like in the 21st century. And, there's different versions out there, and they do it in their own ways. Some Loises don't figure it out, some Loises do. There are times where Superman and Lois end up becoming husband and wife. There are times where they don't. And a lot of those different possibilities happen. This is just another one of these worlds, another one of these versions. So, I mean, I can understand why some people like to compare and contrast the 90s version and this version, but I just find it to be a little unfair because they have their own kinds of tones, they have their own styles, they have their own designs, they have their own ways of telling their stories, they have their own ways of Clark trying to figure out who he is and where he came from. So, I guess for me, again, it's not really so much defending the show. Okay, maybe it kind of is. But it's more also defending other shows that people like to jump the gun on and just immediately make up their minds on what they think of it before they actually watch everything. Because I don't know how many episodes are really going to be in the first season. Maybe it's 10, or maybe it's more than that. I don't know. But if you're going to review something from beginning to end, especially an entire season, you have to watch it all the way through. You can't just say, oh, I only watched a few episodes and I've already made up my mind. Like, if you are one of those people that doesn't review stuff and you end up watching a few episodes and it's just not for you, then it's not for you. That's totally fine. I get it. But if you're going to try and do reviews like I do and plenty of other people do on YouTube, and you really want to be taken seriously, you gotta watch it all the way through, from the first episode all the way to the end of it. And if it ends up being 10 episodes, then you can easily do that. You don't have to watch it like back to back to back. You don't need to do a binge watch in one day. Just maybe watch one a day, or maybe just watch a couple or something like that, or just wait until it officially comes out. Just that's all I'm saying about that, because there's so many people that really just rush to try and get their opinions out there, so they'll get so many views and clicks and a lot of attention. And look, we all want to be noticed, we all want to have attention, but you gotta do it for the right reasons, guys. So that's why this is not really a review on My Adventures with Superman right now. This is more just first impressions. And like I said, I do enjoy it. I do like the designs. I do like what they're doing with Clark, Lois, and Jimmy. I really do think that the three of them really do carry the show. They're the heart of the show. And if you're wondering about anything else, like do Clark and Lois become a thing? What kind of villains they go up against and all that kind of stuff? Well, you'll just have to watch the episodes for yourself. Or if you follow my Twitter, there may be a few things you may have, like, if you actually do watch the show and you still haven't caught up with anything else, I have given my opinions on those individual episodes, but those are just posts. Obviously, it's not a full-length review with a whole bunch of editing and stuff like that. It's just simply my first impressions on it. Hey, maybe the next time I watch it, maybe the opinion might get better, or maybe it might actually be just the way it is, or maybe it might slightly get worse. I don't know. That's why this is not a review, this is just first impressions. So please understand the difference. And please also understand, again, once again, I'm only saying this again because this is the internet and there's a lot of people that don't get it the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the 14th time. Point is, just be civil about how you go about things, okay? About how you share your opinions, how you discuss it with others. This isn't about trying to prove that I'm right and you are wrong, and all that other bullshit. Just don't do that kind of stuff, okay? You gotta grow up at some point. So that's all I really wanted to say. Just wanted to get it out there. So if you enjoyed this video and you actually do understand what I'm saying, then that's great. If you want to give this video a like, go ahead and do that. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do it if you haven't already. Yeah, I'm sure I just butchered up my ending quotes, but it doesn't really matter to me right now. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, my name is Sam, and good night, everybody. And I promise you, I am trying to get my next real Baseball Sam 2 review out soon, okay? I can't guarantee anything, but it's definitely coming. So, there you go. Take care.